up very early into the
Having a little
castle
bit,
and
but-
then down into
Good luck.
south. So
It's
it's going
thalane
to be
and
interesting to
Hitsu,
see
so of course.
exactly how they route.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh.
So yeah, we're finding the flute right away in Sanctuary. We seem to be getting some
right away.
I think you have to.
Stream
I think you have to go
audio.
activate it. I actually think you have to go activate it. I'll go
Hey,
go
I
activate
dig
it.
it.
You can do like.
Okay, we have some background now instead. So sadly, I like that music.
Yeah, it would be interesting to listen in on the comms during this race, but I don't think we want that running during the restream exactly. So, but team voice comms are interesting, as we see Baba is going to activate the flute right away, see what we can do with that, while Lin is making some of the usual early checks, and Hitsuyan is taking this opportunity to do the hula hand glitch, stock up on some cash so we can see what's at Zora as soon as possible.
Yeah, at the same time, we also saw Linlinlin and thalane doing Lumberjack, and we saw just a piece of heart there, so we don't need to do Aga 1 for that today.
Yes, but of course, all dungeons will see it eventually. We saw a quick map check up there from Hitsuyan. Looked like crystals at Hera and Eastern, and then a pendant in Desert. Again, not as important in all dungeons, but good to know in case we need pedestal or something like that, where all those pendants and crystals are.
Yeah, absolutely. Things that let you basically check out if we need to do them. Do those checks is a higher priority. Like the book, for example, is definitely higher priority when it comes to these co-op races, and especially all done.
Yeah, and both of our teams finding the glove in the Lost Woods hideout, so that is a good early pickup to work toward our Dark World access. The flute is also a very nice pickup to have right away, because that's just going to make moving around the world so much faster. We'll definitely speed things up for our runners, which we always love.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the flute super early definitely speeds up the route a lot. We're gonna see also back of escape here for thalane. We have some half magic over there. And a lot of bombs over at the back of the tavern.
Yeah, so the half magic is a good convenience item. We'll see if Hitsuyan heads over there to find that. It definitely does add value the longer you have it, of course, for all those boss fights, but not essential for these runners, I don't think.
And we also find our first sword in the chicken coop.
Lin getting the other flute activated over on that side, and Baba is following up with the hula hand glitch as well. Already at 300 rupees, so it's probably going to take that 225 extra and head up to Zora right away.
Yeah, absolutely. We also see a very early Eastern for Hitsuyan. And the first test in there is just some blueberries.
Yeah, this is the big change about co-op modes, is that you will tend to see runners making checks that they wouldn't normally, just because with 2 players to check out all of those obscure locations, you really do want to find everything that you can as soon as possible. So things like, Agina's Cave and whatnot. Meanwhile, Lin finding the Moon Pearl in the back of the well, who is the first person, and the bow. It is a stacked well today.
And just general in Kakuriko, it's generally stacked as well. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff over there. Definitely gonna be nice for thalane and Linlinlin, who is currently over here, be able to redirect all that information over to Husman Baba and Hitsuyan once they get over here.
Yeah, it's going to make Hitsuyan feel bad that the bow was so accessible, and he ducked into Eastern Palace right away.
Yeah, can absolutely finish that one off immediately. But one thing though that we did almost happened yesterday is that because they are checking the chest and tell their teammate what chest have which ones, what the important ones are, they can run out can run a very low amount of health because they normally tend to skip the hard chests.
Yeah, you very often end up with one runner with almost no health, and the other runner has a lot because one of them has told the other, "Oh, don't bother with that; it's just hearts." And then you're in, Ice Palace with 5 hearts or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see that Linlinlin is gonna take that mushroom and check if the witch has anything. And that's bombos.
It's one of those annoying things that you don't actually know whether your partner needs to pick it up or not. At least with the flute, that's easy to duck over there and deliver that mushroom whenever you need to if it turns out bombos is essential for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, when it comes to the bombos, it's over in all dungeons. I guess I take it for Ice Palace.
Yeah, convenient for the Cold Stare fight. Not as important if we have half magic, which one of our runners does at least.
Yep, that one was found in back of Escape. So very easy, accessible location as well.
Hitsuyan not finding much in Eastern Palace other than our second sword. So our runners do have Master Sword available to them. Probably not super exciting. So our runners will probably not want to dip in there until they're ready to sort of complete the whole dungeon. And it wouldn't surprise me if they put it off until they can do Pod and Eastern at the same time. At least over on the left side of the screen, since that team knows there's not a whole lot to be found in Eastern.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Gekiko very stacked so far. I'm gonna have to wait and see where our runners decide to go after they have finished off the places they are right now. I am gonna expect that Linlinlin is gonna finish off Eastern while they are over there. I think there's one item left for what I've seen.
Yeah, if you've got the bow while you're there, absolutely you're going to go ahead and finish that off. We'll see our runners now doing a lot of backtracking, picking up the essential items that their partners have told them about. So Hitsuyan's going to head to the well and pick up everything out of Kakariko that he needs. Meanwhile, Thalane is going to check the front of Escape, which is new information for us. Finding blue mail on the uncle, not bad.
Yeah, I do like a blue shy guy. I think the color fits better. And some 50 rupees from the chest by the uncle as well.
So there we see Hitsuyan grabbing one chest out of the bottom of Blind's hut. Thalane told him the rest is trash, and he is not even bothering. Oh, heading back in. Maybe there's another good item in there somewhere.
Probably the mushroom, would I assume. Yeah.
Yeah, again, not sure if we need that, but might as well pick it up while you're there to be safe.
Hey, if never find powder, then you can use the mushroom for fake powder.
Yeah, that's another nice thing about the co-op is Thalane can turn in the mushroom, hold on to that bombos, and then tell Hitsu to just hold on to the mushroom in case they need it for fake powder later. Meanwhile, Mitts are in the front of Escape, so there is our Dark World access with Mitts and Moon Pearl very early.
Ooh, nice.
Also, just to keep track of this, we got a hint in Eastern Palace that there is some cash at Graveyard Ledge, so that's one other check that our runners can safely ignore.
Yeah, absolutely. That is nice seeing that one. And some more 300s as well for Flame in that next chest. Time for Ice Rod Cave for Houston. And he finds the mirror there.
Right, so that's going to give us a lot of options in the Dark World. With Mitts, Moon Pearl, and Mirror, we can do a lot of checks right now around the Dark Overworld. So we'll see where our runners go next with all of these items.
Yeah, and not only that, if we would find the lamp or the fire rod, we basically have hair unlocked for us already.
Yeah, those Death Mountain checks also are available since we can get over to Dark East Death Mountain, going across the north, and then going through the portal with the Mitts.
So I saw Linlinlin using bombos to get rid of the small squids, and to have an easier dark room there.
Yeah, those medallions are underrated to help out in dark room navigation and clearing out some of the enemies to make those dark rooms a whole lot easier for you. Meanwhile, Houston Baba's doing some fake flipper checks. There was a full heart on the hobo, and he's going to take the 619 rupees he's got and head up to the Zora area as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice having the Moon Pearl with this basically makes so that he can take these two chests over here. At the same time, we see thalane has made himself into the Dark World and is currently going around with himself outcast.
And Lin picking up our first crystal of the day, finishing off those Armros Knights easily with the bow.
Yeah, absolutely. And Houston is about to be scammed. Do you think he will be scammed today or not?
I'm gonna call 20 rupees.
I'm gonna say a piece of art. Ooh, red mail for thalane. Good job.
I mean, there are like 40 of those in the item pool or whatever it is, so it's a pretty good bet.
So is piece of art. There's also a lot of them in the item pool.
Yeah, this is true. So yeah, red mail, some nice safeties early on. At least our runners aren't going to have time to pick up a lot of hearts. They can get the armor. And I didn't see what was on the Zora ledge up there. Houston went past it too fast, but...
It looked like rupees only. Think it was a 50.
So yeah, then pretty much all of the Zora area was scammed today.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to store all the money that they are getting somewhere. Yeah, thalane dipping into Thief Town. Yeah, we already found a small key, so it's a very high possibility right now that there is an item in the big chest. Let's just hope it's nothing important for his sake.
Yeah, again with the co-op, you can hopefully let your partner wait until they have the hammer to come in here, so you don't necessarily have to come back, but yeah, interesting move here. And meanwhile, Houston Baba is going to take that mirror up Death Mountain and see what we can find up there.
Okay, I really like the hint there for thalane. It basically said that it's Firelock Terra today.
Yeah, that information is always helpful to know. Maybe you want to stall a little bit more until you find the lamp or something to make your way up Death Mountain to see... make sure you can do as much as possible in one trip. And
Another nice hint.
Yeah, I was gonna say, telling us we can ignore that annoying purple chest.
Two great minds think alike. Yeah, Linlinlin is now gonna get the Dark World access for his team as well.
And Hitsu cleaning up the fake flipper checks for Team Awesome.
Yep. And 10 arrows. And it looked like thalane did not pick up the key under the pot because he doesn't have it anymore. Or he didn't pick up the one over here. One of those two. But we're gonna get our blind find here from thalane.
Yeah, there was a hint that Hype Cave has an item for us. Yeah, I guess if you get the small key that's supposed to go to the big chest, but you know you're not going to be able to do it, you can save time picking up a small key elsewhere. Thalane's blind fight is very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Was following the script perfectly. And there is powder. So then we know that Hitsuyan can just run over and keep that and get that bombos.
Yeah, Linlinlin also making some new checks for us, heading down to the desert area. There were just 10 arrows on Desert Ledge, but with this mirror, we can get into Desert Palace if we want. I see 5-6 crystals on Palace of Darkness and Swamp, and Green Pendant is up on Turtle Rock today.
Ooh. It feels like when it is Turtle Rock who is a green pendant, it almost feels like a trap.
Yeah, you're just hoping to never find that ice rod to make you think about whether you should go to Turtle Rock. Just put that off for a while and not have to worry about it. Oh, Lin finding the hook shot in the Meyer shed. That is a very nice find on his first foray into the Dark World. A very good choice. Would not be surprised to see Baba follow him pretty closely there, since Baba just picked up the mitts, but it looks like he's going to head through the Kakariko portal and check out some Village of Outcasts stuff first.
Yeah, it's the best choice. They want to get as much information about where everything is as quick as possible and then route accordingly, so not surprised as he's heading that way. And we see that the desert is not bootlocked today, so that's nice.
And just for the other side of things, there was a useless hint in Desert Palace, some cash in Ganon's tower. Very, very helpful there. Thanks, game.
Yeah, thank you, game. We are gonna see Hitsuyan now also heading over to my area and gonna pick up his hookshot. And Quake is needed to open the Meyer today. Same time we're gonna get digging game from thalane.
Houston Baba taking an unfortunate death in this Gibdo statue puzzle room thing. Doesn't cost a lot of time though. That Wallmaster, very annoying though.
Yeah, still have a bit of nightmares from last week when it was inverted and our players had to play this portion here. It's so tough.
Yeah, once you've been playing inverted, having 6 hearts here feels very convenient, as opposed to the 3 you normally walk in with in inverted.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see Jeremiah being delivered back to his family, I guess.
Yeah, here's where we see the information advantage, because I don't think Hitsuyan and Thalane know about the purple chest hint, so we might see Thalane waste some time heading down to deliver that purple chest and find out that it's just got cash in it the hard way.
Yeah, at the same time though, he is gonna head over that way either way, so isn't that too much of a lose?
Yeah, since he's still got Stumpy and Cave 45 to do, not too bad, but a little bit out of his way.
But at the same time, we also saw Linlinlin there finding Fire Rod in checkers.
So the Mire area, just full of good stuff for us. That opens up the back of Skull Woods now. And again points us toward that green pendant in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Fellaini have to do a little bit of awkward routing here since he wanted to route in the Batcave sector. But he finds Silver's at Sick Kid. Why does he have those?
Apparently the Sick Kid is a werewolf hunter? Who knows?
Is that where the hint to vampire skewers came from?
Well, I assume vampire skewers would have to be wooden arrows. I'm just thinking that silver bullets are normally for werewolves. Who knows?
I'm gonna assume they don't have any of those types of weapons yet in Hyrule, so it's silver arrows then.
Yeah, I guess silver is supposed to work on vampires also, so... Anyway, Linlinlin is in Paradox Cave, so a good number of checks in here, and with that hookshot, we'll be able to also check out all of Hookshot Cave. And was that an ice rod in Paradox Cave?
Indeed it was.
So that green pendant on Trinex is still sort of lurking in our runners' minds, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And there's the best item in the game, the bug net.
We are going to have to Galagan him eventually, so Swagnet strats are definitely in play. And Stumpy gives us another sword, so we have seen 3 of our 4 swords now.
Yeah, a lot faster than yesterday's race, definitely. With a nice Lamolas fight from Hitsuyan, it's gonna give him that blue pendant. Interestingly enough, Linlinlin decides to not just head into desert and do that one immediately when he was in the area.
Yeah, he checked out the front of desert to find the items, I believe, and then went back to Checkerboard Cave after that. But yeah, deciding not to finish the dungeon right now.
Yeah, time for Hype Cave. 10 arrows. The hammer. Blue goo. Some bombs. And the boots.
Ooh.
Very nice cave.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 Hype Cave at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think Lin was making the choice of trying to get as much information as possible. You're going to have to fight Lanmo eventually, but it doesn't give you any added information, whereas heading right up to Death Mountain and making a bunch of checks up there does give added information to your team, and you don't really lose any time by coming back to finish off Lanmo later when you're also checking out Myers. So I think that's probably the play that they were making on Team Missing Bow.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was really nice that Fellaini got the boots now because he can just route in Catfish very much easier than And we have a subscribe here. It come from Gaden CV96. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Speed Gaming.
Meanwhile, I think that was Bombos on Turtle Rock, so that mushroom turn-in was going to be important. All our runners have done that already, so that's very good. Houston Baba, meanwhile, is going through Thieves Town, and it looks like he is in the same position that Thalane was, not having the small key, so I think that last small key is locked in the big chest.
Yeah, it might be. Just a piece of heart from the fish today. We are gonna see Linlinlin now heading into to Hera. But we're gonna see thalane here now also picking up his hookshots, while Hitsuyan is picking up his hammer and boots in Hype Cave.
So yeah, we've sort of seen Linlinlin finding a lot of good items for us. Found that hookshot first, found the ice rod first, but the boots and hammer in Hype Cave are going to be a pretty solid advantage for Team Awesome until their opponents find those items as well.
Okay, interesting enough, Linlinlin decided to not take either the hint or the assist. Ah, right. Okay, thanks so much. I received from our tracker that Houston have already been there. He could not head down into the firelock portion here, so some new checks we get shortly.
So it looks like Hitsuyan is also headed up Death Mountain. I believe that's the old man dark room right there. With the fire rod in the mirror, we'll be able to check out all of these same checks that Linlinlin is making right now. So that will be good information for their side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Houston Baba is cleaning up the Smith's chain. I seem to recall there was not a whole lot there, but it'd be good to check those off the list. And Thalane is headed to the back of Skull Woods with that newly found fire rod.
Yep, taking those fire rods and to two different palaces where you need fire. Good choice. Ooh, quite an interesting jump there from Hitsuyan. There we go. But yeah, we found Cane of Burna inside of Tower of Hera.
Trolldorn being nice to Linlinlin today as Thalane is dropping into the Moth fight with 3.5 hearts left. It does have the red mail, which is somewhat helpful. Just narrowly avoided getting grabbed by the Wallmaster. He waited for it to start coming down before he dropped into the pit, so it's always a good thing to remember in that room. Moth not really cooperating, just hanging out at the top of the screen, not very helpfully.
We did see though there that thalane has a red potion if things would start to go south. Wow, the spikes are eating all of the fire rod shots. Nevertheless, thalane was able to beat the moth.
Linlinlin picking up silvers at the Sick Kid. I think we'll see Houston Baba immediately follow.
Yeah, probably.
That's one of those moments where we would sort of want the team comms, if we could get them, to hear, you know, how much they're yelling about silvers at that second.
Yeah, absolutely.
You won't always see silvers for everyone in a co-op race, but when it's right on your path, Houston Baba was literally right there and just had to do one mirror transition to pick them up, so definitely worth the time.
Yeah. So we are gonna see Houston Baba now start to make his way to the dark south shore. So he's gonna pick up his good stuff in just a minute.
Yeah, this is an important moment for Team Missing Bow, since they will now know where the boots and hammer are, which are obviously key items. I expect we'll see Palace of Darkness pretty quickly after that hammer pickup as well, since we'll be able to full clear that. And we are just, a few items short of go mode. As Relkin is pointing out in chat for us, we're just looking at Quake to get into Misery Mire, Flippers, and Cane of Samaria for full go mode for our runners.
Yeah, definitely happens when we do these co-op races that they hit go mode pretty quickly, as Thalane just found the Cane of Somalia in Skullwoods.
So check that one off the list. And yeah, actually our runners are pretty well equipped, again, as co-op modes go. Finding the red mail is very nice, since, again, you usually wind up a little bit lower on hearts than you would want to be. But half magic, silver arrows, we have a lot of luxury items, the powder and net as well, so we can pick up fairies if we need to. A lot of safeties for our runners, so we should see a pretty quick finish to this race, relatively speaking.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna see Linlinlin now doing in the first mob fight for their team. At the same time, we see Thalane knocking off these boot lock locations on the north of Hyrule. Or just one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We know Graveyard Ledge is just cash from a hint. I'm not sure about King's Tomb, if we have seen that from anyone before.
We have not. I don't think we've seen it yet, considering that Houston Baba just picked up the boots on his side. And I don't think Hitsuyan have had over there yet. Yeah, time for pigs for Thalane. Gives him just a piece of heart. But yeah, the second crystal for Hitsuyan now as well. That was the second item in Skullwoods, just 50 rupees. And now we're gonna see King's Tomb from Thalane.
So meanwhile, Hitsuyan is making his team's first trek over to Eastern Death Mountain. Is going to see the news about Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, and they're soon gonna find the ice rod as well, so they are gonna learn about everything that they can basically head into Turtle Rock immediately.
Yeah, I don't think they will want to. Certainly, well, they won't want to. I don't think they will just yet, because we really only need 2 more items for go mode, Quake and Flippers. Hitsuyan is going to head in to check the hint, but can't do any more without the red cane. So Troll hint in Turtle Rock, of course, but with only 2 items for go mode, you would much rather check out Pod, as Thalane is doing right now, or probably even Swamp before, at least part of Swamp before dipping into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, but we can't get into Swamp quite yet. We don't have those flippers.
Oh yeah, those pesky flippers.
Damn those pesky flippers. They are ruining anything. Yeah, Hookshot Cave not coming through today. We saw that also that pod was bow locked, but considering how early they found the bow, whatever.
At this point, Math Girl, no one has any flippers. That's one of our needed items for Go mode. Yeah, all we need to do to get through Swamp Palace without flippers is figure out a way to store, like, 5 water walks or whatever it'll take to get through the whole dungeon. That sounds easy.
Yeah. Yes, this hop and skip. And you do it. But we are gonna get a hint though from Linlinlin. Oh, thank you, game. It is actually a pretty nice hint, but we already knew about it.
Yeah, Ice Rod hints are normally very valuable since it's so annoying to track down, but not today.
The one time you can appreciate a good Ice Rod hint, but you already found the Ice Rod.
The hints actually have been pretty generous. Several, here's an annoying check you don't have to make, here's where the ice rod is, which is normally a very good hint, so we can't complain too much about the hints in this seed.
There we go, the boots and the hammer for Linlinlin and the Ice Rod for Hitsuyan.
And thalane is 4 keys into Palace of Darkness, so living up to its reputation of hiding all the good stuff in the back. Houston Baba following along that same path, as our other runners, Hitsuyan and Linlinlin, are cleaning up some of these checks that we have seen before, but important information on Hitsuyan's side of finding that ice rod for his team, and getting some information about East Death Mountain. But it is good to know that thalane will not really have to go up there until it's time to actually do Turtle Rock, just because, you don't need that ice rod for anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very good information for him.
But this shows, why I'm in the commentator booth and not running in this tournament. It looks like Linlinlin is going to make that Turtle Rock dip. Found the red cane in Skull Woods, so can head up to Death Mountain again, and see what Turtle Rock has for us. Again, makes more sense in a co-op mode since you can send one runner there, and also in all dungeons, you're not losing time by doing pendants. And since there are a fair number of items in Turtle Rock, this does make sense to do.
Yeah, because it is a green pendant today, you can just add one extra zest onto how many items you can find in there. So Turtle Rock today is 7 items in total, so quite a heavy item dense location.
Yeah, and where with a single runner, you might think about other checks that you want to make, like, maybe dipping into... I was about to say dipping into mire, but no, that's right. I mean, without the flippers, I guess Turtle Rock is the best sort of item density that we have left.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like either the Quake or flippers is gonna have to be here.
Hitsu picking up his first mail upgrade in Thieves Town on the way. Thought that going to Uncle for an extra mail upgrade was not worth it.
Same time we see thalane now heading to the back of pod. Time to finish off Helmasaur. And the first item we find in Turtle Rock is the shovel.
Everyone's favorite fetch quest on the table now. Meanwhile, Thalane has cleared out the back of Palace of Darkness, as has Houston Baba, and we did not really find what we were looking for there.
No, unfortunately not. I do love those knock the Maya block strats. They look so cool.
Yeah, dashing into the block and sending it flying. Especially I like that one to just time it just right to hit that switch to get you through to the very back of Pod on your way to Helmasaur. And Thalane is heading into the Helmasaur fight right now.
Can be shortly followed by Houston Baba as well.
And as early as we found the silver arrows in this seed, a lot of the boss fights are easier than they would normally be. So Thalane makes quick work of that second phase of Helma there.
Yeah, Silvers is a bit OP. And there is the flippers in the lava chest of the rock.
The answer is always lava chest.
Yep, it is. Except when it isn't.
Of course, except then.
I have waited so long to be able to say that single sentence, so... Or I would say that single part of the sentence.
So that sort of makes the path for our runners clear here. You've got to head up to Turtle Rock to get those flippers, and would not surprise me to find that Quake that we need in Swamp, since there are so many item checks in there. So, not quite no mode, since we haven't seen that Quake yet. I'll call it Strong Suspicion mode.
Oh, I like that name. Yeah, Houston Baba is now also done with his Helmasaur fight. You see that Thalane has headed into Eastern in the meanwhile. Hitsuyan is gonna pick up his silvers. And Linlinlin is still progressing through Turtle Rock. Gonna come into the stroller room in just a minute.
Yeah, as expected, Thalane coming back to Eastern Palace during that pod dip, or right after that pod dip. Just very efficient to mirror right to the front entrance. Houston Baba following right behind him.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are definitely going to see things pick up in the back half of the race. After each team has sort of been to each dungeon, the second racer through each of those will be able to just go mode the dungeon basically with only a couple of chests that they really need to pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna be some very quick running, very race. And there's a small key for laser bridge. It was at the bottom chest. And there's Quake! A very early go mode for Linlinlin at 43.5 minutes.
Yeah, we are not in logical go mode because somehow no one has found the lamp yet. I'm not sure how that has happened, but Lin is in go mode, and Turtle Rock has those last two items that we were worried about, the Quake and the Flippers, so our runners now know exactly what they need to do to finish off this seed.
I think I have a name for what Linlinlin is currently right now in tournament go mode. What do you think of that name?
Yeah, that's pretty good, because I think at this point all of these runners would be happy to do the rest of the game without the lamp, so they're not going to spend much time looking for it. Yeah, I'm trying to think logically, where could that lamp even be?
Going through the different places we have not seen yet. I'm gonna say either Ice Palace or Swamp Palace, and the game intended you to have to double dip Turtle Rock.
Because the flippers were before the dark rooms in Turtle Rock.
Yes, while the Quake wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's the most likely explanation.
Or because both Ice Palace and Turtle Rock is a pendant, it can be Ganon's Tower. No, it can't be because Maya needed the Quake, which was locked behind the lamp.
Yeah, and Meyer itself is lamp locked, as is Eastern actually, even though that one's fairly easy to do in the dark.
And Pod as well. We are gonna see Hitsuyan now heading into Ice Palace.
Yeah, so Hitsu is sort of anticipating the required double dip, expecting there to be flippers in Turtle Rock and something good in Ice Palace, but not probably going to find anything essential in Ice Palace, or even anything useful. I feel like the only thing we could have left to find that would even help a little bit would be that lamp or the fourth sword, but our runners really have most of the convenience items they would want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to see Houston Baba.
It's gonna be
go ahead.
interesting to see if we find the lamp here, because then we know what the seed expected you to.
Yeah, I was going to say, meanwhile, Houston Baba is cleaning up the hookshot and fire rod so that he can head up Death Mountain to Turtle Rock, and Lynn is going to clean up a couple of these easier dungeons. Got Thieves Town left to finish.
Yeah. One other place that the lamp can be is Dig Spot. I just realized that one now with the shovel being obtained. I can see that there is a question about your name in the chat.
Yeah, the automatic thing that makes the overlay seems confused about how to spell my name, so we'll just roll with it. It's close enough.
Yeah, and the third hint there was very nice feature, and because we are gonna have to go mode Meyer, and learning where the big key is very, very nice.
Yeah, and we've also got a go mode swamp in front of us, since at this point our runners will probably not find the flippers without then finding Quake afterwards, so they'll know there's nothing left to find in Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
Oh, that is rough on Linlinlin's side. shout out to chat for noticing that Lynn might have ducked out of the attic room before the bomb finished exploding, and there was not that shaft of light that you need to trigger the blind fight. So he's going to have to work his way back through this bit of Thieves Town and make sure we get that floor opened up the right way this time around. Definitely costing some time.
Yeah, absolutely. That is unfortunate.
Especially running into that switch block at the bottom of the hellway that you're normally not used to running into, but this time it was up.
Yeah, so Linlinlin will have to go bomb once again, and then have to run down and get the blind again.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting aspect of the way the co-op races are being sort of measured, is that it's the average time between the two racers. So if it were the first team to finish, then any time that you waste if you're ahead of your teammate sort of doesn't matter. But in average time, actually every second counts for both runners. So this is more of a hit than it would be if we were using the first team to finish scoring.
Yeah. We are seeing now thalane heading into the dark maze of Turtle Rock. Can I have to use that potion? Probably. Yep.
Yeah, last finisher is what I was used to from the SMZ3 co-op tournament a while back, but for the league, we're going average time rules. So we are going to see thalane coming up on go mode here. Going to find Quake on Laser Bridge right as Hitsuyan is finishing up Ice Palace. So at least Hitsu will not waste any more time making checks in Ice Palace that he doesn't need to.
Well, he is right now on cold stare, so he can't waste any more time doing sex. He doesn't need.
I guess that's true. He didn't save any time by getting to skip some of Ice Palace. Oh,
and there we have butter!
So I guess there was one convenience item in Ice Palace there.
Yep.
Yeah, some more speculation in chat about where that lamp is going to be. We have seen Bonk Rock's King's Tomb. I'm sure our runners have walked past Bumper Ledge, but I do not specifically recall what it was. And Graveyard Ledge, we got a hint about that it was just cash, so...
Yeah, those places in the chat that has been linked, we do know what they give, or we have already gotten those checks.
Yeah, I'm still hoping for Shovel.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna see Linlinlin is gonna be our first racer to head into Mystery Mire. Oh, and thalane is quite low. Ooh.
Having some stream issues from the looks of things. And does finish off that Trinex fight. As, of course, to no one's surprise, Hitsuyan is immediately heading up Death Mountain to find the Ice Rod and head into Turtle Rock to get those last couple of items for his go mode, as Houston Baba is heading into Turtle Rock right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The only one we might see today who does not have the bar sword is going to be thalane, though, while the other three runners are going to have that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure which sword thalane is missing. We had Chicken Hut, Eastern Palace Big Chest, Stumpy, and Cold Stare. It's probably Stumpy that thalane didn't really have a reason to walk past, since the other those other Southside Dark World checks were not especially interesting.
Yeah. No, he does have tempered. Alright then.
Yeah, I was just thinking, actually, since the hammer was in Hype Cave, there isn't a better way to get to Hype Cave other than walking past Stumpy. So he would have actually had a reason to go past there. So yeah, just a minor tracker issue. So yeah, we will see all of our runners with Butter Sword.
Yeah, but having Buttersword and Silvers, it's gonna be a very nice fight against Ganon today, especially also with that half magic. Yeah, we're gonna see quite a nice race here through Turtle Rock between Hitsuyan and Hitsuyan Baba.
Yeah, not a lot of time saved in Turtle Rock in quote-unquote go mode just because you have to visit so many chests to get all the keys you need anyway, but they will be able to save a bit of time by knowing where are the right places to go.
Yeah, one location that we could have seen time on would be Lava Room, but that one has clippers today. That is kind of really the only place where you can save off time.
Yeah, occasionally you get that roller room on the right side of the front that has nothing in it, but had a small key today, so again, very much required.
Yeah. Linlinlin has found the big key, is now heading over to fight Victorous.
Yeah, looks like no cutscene required there. Again, Vitreous is another one of those fights that becomes very easy with silver arrows.
Yep. So time for codes there for Thalane. Very beautiful fight from Thalane there.
Yeah, that's not as easy to do with just the tempered sword to keep them in the corner long enough to knock all those puffs down, but does so nicely, and will pick up the butter sword as the reward.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, this knock of the block of King's My block is so nice also in that roller room. Yeah, time for victories for Linlinlin.
Lin wasted one arrow during that fight. I'm very disappointed.
Tilted. But yeah, Flane's gonna head into swamp now.
And our top two runners are dealing with this dark Samaria block maze room. Houston Baba having some small issues, I think, and Hitsuyan is being able to catch up, but it's sort of hard to track where our runners are since we're in the dark as well.
Hitsuyan is also... Ah, Hitsuyan is taking this other way around.
Yeah, it looks like Houston Baba can't find the path over from the switch around to the right of that platform in the middle, just under this second fire bar. There we go. I think that's got it.
Looks like the switch might have been deactivated for Hitsuyan as well. I have to go and redo that.
Looks like they're both through. Hitsuyan down to 2 hearts, though. We'll see if he takes the safety door on the bottom of Laser Bridge. Or just use a potion, that works too.
We were unable to get a quick cycle in on there more or less for Linlinlin because the second snake headed up straight for Linlinlin and was not able to get in that second fire rod shot in time.
So thalane is burning through swamp. We see the joys of go mode swamp right now, and as our two runners on top are heading into this Trinex fight, Hitsuyan is definitely going to have the advantage with this butter sword. Interesting switching back and forth between the heads there. Not a strat I've seen before, but it's definitely good to get that ice head down before it leaves any nastiness on the floor to deal with. But very nice kills from both our runners there. Finishing up Trinex at basically the same time as thalane heads into this butter sword fight and just burns through those blobs around Argus in no time. And, ooh, misses that second fire rod shot. But still a very fast Argus fight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that Hitsuyan was a little bit quicker with finishing off the Trinex because he had the barrier at that point.
So we can sort of take stock now of where our runners are. Team Awesome has 6 dungeons completed each, whereas Linlinlin has 7 done to Houston Baba's 5. So pretty even, actually, so far. Since we're going to do average time to find the winner of this race, things look pretty close still.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have one 1v1 of Palace for Hitsuyan and Houston Baba. Now it's time for the second between Houston Baba and thalane.
Yeah, and as far as the advantage into Ganon's tower, about the only difference that we see is Houston Baba does not have half magic, but pretty much all of the other quality of life items have been found by all of our runners. Hitsuyan is only on blue mail, I believe, instead of red, so he has a little bit less armor to work with, but with 10 hearts, Silver Arrow's Butter Sword, that should be plenty to get him through the GT trip.
Although at this current time he only still has green mail on him.
I think that might be a tracker issue, because the blue mail was in Thieves Town right on the way, so I think he has picked that up. I'm not... Yeah, he just paused there, and he does have blue mail in that... Just can't quite see it because of the sprite.
Yeah, the way we would see on that sprite if what mail he has is looking at the eyes, because the eyes changes color, but we can't really... We here on... that is currently commentating can't really see that. We have not the highest frame, not the highest video quality per second for us. The time for Linlinlin's fight against Cold Stare. Oh, nearly running out of fire rod shots there, but was able to get it with the last one. And Linlinlin now has Baller as well.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like thalane picked up a little bit of time in this Misery Mire race that they have going with Houston Baba. So he's a couple seconds ahead right now as they both head down into these dark rooms.
It is currently looking like he's 1 room ahead. And trying to find find where that activation is.
Yeah, the two big challenges here are that first room, getting the switch down on the required Samaria block, and then this room that Thalane was just in, working around the maze with the spikes and catching up to the switch in the top of that room also, which is where Houston Baba is right now. Gets that switch hit, so he is through the hardest part of the dark rooms also.
Yes. Yeah, Falane's gonna be the first one through. And Houston Baba did have a little bit of head start into Mr. Meyer at the same time.
Ooh, Thalane, I think, forgetting about silvers, or is this actually faster if you have butter sword?
If you
yeah,
do
must have been-
if you do perfect spins, it is actually faster using the butter spins.
Yeah, I guess since you can hit 4 or 5 eyeballs at once. Baba just going with the arrow strats, also getting through there very quickly, and then 2 quick shots to the main eyeball to keep right in time with the lane.
As you're currently looking through, we see that I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Linlinlin who's gonna be our first racer up to GT.
Yeah, it sort of looks like Baba is the farthest behind right now. Might be in 4th place, but he's not very far behind because he's got Desert Palace, which is pretty quick. He can do Tower of Hera right into Ganon's tower at the end of the whole thing, and Ice Palace in Go mode is fairly fast as well. You can just burn downstairs, not check any chests, not hit any switches, and just go right to the Cold Stair fight. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's really fun to just quick to do that. Although I do love having Turtle Rock being the second last you do, because then you won't have to travel up the mountain as much.
yeah, in all dungeons, it's really hard to tell exactly who's ahead and where our relative places are, just because they have such odd combinations left. So Thalane has all of his Light World dungeons left to do. Hitsuyan is going to finish up Eastern right now. I believe he has finished Pod as well, and then just mirrored back into Eastern Palace.
Yep. And there we have the cape for Linlinlin in a swamp. It's gonna make that Ganon fight even more nice.
Yeah, not a bad one to find to tell Houston Baba about, since that's right on the way. He'll be able to pick up an invincibility item when he goes through Swamp if he wants to, which again is a nice convenience to have in the Ganon fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Only
Again,
2 Light World dungeons left for Thalane.
another nice sync up from Thalane and Baba there. Cape is less important, I think, when you have Butter Sword in that Ganon fight, just because you don't really have to worry so much about that second phase, since Butter Sword is only 6 slashes to get through, so...
Yeah, I guess, but it's still a nice quality of life item to have.
I mean, maybe we'll have to do the tile room in Ganon's tower, and the cape's very handy to have there, so...
Yeah. Wait, have Thalane actually done Eastern Palace?
I am not sure if he has or not. We'll have to wait till he pauses, and then we can double check the crystals in his menu.
Yeah, because I don't know why he would otherwise head up to Hera now. If that is the case, after the thalane has finished off Hera, you guys are gonna have to get your answers in quick for the game we're gonna play after that. Yeah, I think there was only one crystal there. It was very quick menuing.
Yeah, I saw 6 crystals there. So Tower of Hera is the only thing he has left to do. So that that changes things, because he'll definitely get through Hera faster than Lin will get through Palace of Darkness right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you guys are gonna have to have a look out for when the game starts in the chat.
Hitsu, I believe, has not done Mire, but he has done Pod. Again, I just checked. He has two crystals left to collect. So I think it's Swamp and Mire left to do.
Yeah, I think so. Might actually be quite even one between Linlinlin and thalane, just because Hera was firelocked today.
Yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. Lin has to do, I'm not sure where the big key in Pod is, but he's got to do enough of the back to get back to this big key. Which is always a little annoying in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hitsu also finding that cape in Swamp Palace. Never clear if runners are actually looking for something or if that's just muscle memory from going through that room and pushing the block.
Yeah, it probably is. Okay, can we get the bot rolling? Because Hitsuyan has killed the Moldorm. So the game has started, ladies and gentlemen. Get your guesses in. Somewhere in Ganon's tower lies the big key. It can be in any check between 1 and 22. If you are subscribed to Speed Gaming or have donated a certain amount of bits to any of the Speed Gaming channels, you will have a chance to land on the leaderboard. What do you think it's gonna be? Yeah, cool pepper.
I always guess the double firebar room on the left-hand side. And there Lane is finding the big key back in the dark basement of Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is the end of it. It was a very quick one. I'm gonna say it's gonna be number 9 today.
Alright, so we'll keep an eye on Thalane's chest openings here. Number 1 is 3 bombs. Number 2 is that single arrow, everyone's favorite item.
Yep, the single arrow of destiny, as it's also been dubbed. Now we can kill Ganon. Number 3 is some blueberries.
Number 4, a small key. Number 5, another small key. Won't have to worry about those. Number 6 is our mirror shield. And number 7, another small key. So 3 keys in Dark Magician's room today.
Yeah, one golden rule I have heard is that if you find all other keys in that room used to do Dark Magician strats, but looks like Thalane will not do that today. And number 8 is a heart container. So you are gone.
Yeah, no luck for me today. Thalane doing that nice boomerang into hookshot strat in that switch room.
Yeah, it's a very nice strat. In number 9 we find a piece of heart, so I am gone as well. At the same time, looking at other races, we see Linlinlin currently fighting off Helma's or Hitsuyan is about to get to victorious. The same with Hitsuyan Baba about to get onto that Argus fight.
10, 11, 12, 13, still no big key.
Not yet.
So this definitely clarifies the bigger picture of the race, too. It seems like Team Awesome on the left is definitely a fair bit ahead, since Houston still has one dungeon to finish as Hitsuyan is about to wrap up Meyer. It is Tower of Hera, which will transition fairly quickly into Ganon's Tower right afterwards, but with Thalane already in Ganon's Tower and about to find that big key, we hope, or at least about to finish off Ice Armos on the full left-hand side, definitely the left-hand team here has a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, and it was not number 14 either. Number 15 is the map, number 16 is some more bombs, and number 17 is a small key. Either title room or the right side.
Well, either way, at least it'll be fairly fast for Hitsuyan once he gets into Ganon's Tower, because he can either head straight to Tower Room or the right-hand side. I'm not sure where the other small key was. He'll have to at least steal a key from the left-hand side under that pot, but I don't think he'll have to go to Dark Magicians to steal a second key, as far as I know.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan now also has his crystal while Hitsuyan Baba is currently climbing up the mountain. I don't know where that came. There's Ether. And there is the big key.
Chest number 19, I believe that was.
Yes, it was.
So yeah,
So
I think
we have one person who have guessed right. The person who guessed right today is the Saint.
I call that this guessing game is rigged. The Fear Agent is one of the admins of the league and has wound up on top of the leaderboard. That seems very fishy to me.
At the same time, though, he's checking a lot, and I have been corrected here that is supposed to be said the Shane Nerd. So, very nice name.
So we'll see if Lin does full Dark Magician strats here. That would definitely save some time. I was about to say that I think Hitsuyan will definitely get into Ganon's Tower before Baba, since Baba has to climb the rest of Tower of Hera still and fight Moldorm. But yeah, it was pointed out in chat by Ak the Boker that we do have Dark Aga 1 left, which sort of anything could happen in there, because that is not something the game intends you to do. Now, our runners will be better equipped than usual, with armor and hearts and silver arrows and whatnot, but that's still definitely a piece that our runners have to finish off for this all-dungeon seed.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the leaderboard, we see that the Shane the Nerd has had 3 3 right so far, so that means that he is second place along with RD Walsh. They are one behind the leader, Fear Agent.
And yeah, Hitsu just stealing one key from the right-hand side before heading over, from the left-hand side rather, to before heading over to the right to pick up that big key. And yeah, Lin is following the full left, the same path that Thalane followed. An unfortunate choice, but you sort of never know how Ganon's tower is going to shake out. So it's a logical choice to make, but unfortunately not the right one for this seed.
Although, if you follow that rule that I said earlier, if you find more than one key in Stafford's room, you want to do Dark Magician. So that one holds true today at least. I don't know who said that rule though. Don't remember who it was.
So Thalane did grab the second key off of one of those mini Helmosaurs and is quickly headed toward Moldorm 2, rather.
Yeah, with Bali it's gonna be a pretty quick fight. Ooh. 1-0 to Moldorm 2.
I was going to say, we haven't seen any proper troll dorming yet today, so we need at least one fall.
Yeah. So probably gonna see Husam Baba start doing right side here directly when he gets in.
Is also going to steal that key first from the looks of things.
Yep.
As Thalane heads into the Aga 2 fight.
No, he's gonna go further into the Staff Force room, as it looks like.
Yeah, there were 3 keys in there, so maybe he's just grabbing an extra one to be safe.
But yeah, I basically blinked and missed the whole of Aga 2. That was a very good fight from Thalane.
Yeah, so we'll see the standard strat that you prefer to do if you can get away with it in all dungeons, which is mirror out right off the pyramid here, head into the Aga 1 tower, and then you get dropped off right back where you were to drop into the Ganon fight.
Yep, we do have a message. Thanks so much to Brian TTP for that Twitch Prime sub.
Absolutely. I assume we should read that name as Brian to the past. That's the way I'm going to do it, regardless of what anyone tells me, so.
Oh, that sounds even better.
Thalane taking advantage of the fire rod to light some of these torches. Even without the lamp, that will make this maze room a fair bit easier.
Yeah. A little bit surprised that we never saw the lamp. Wonder where that one could have been.
Yeah, it's pretty much down to shovel or swamp, right? We saw a couple of chests in swamp, but we didn't see like flooded room or the left side at all, of course. So
yeah, and we also go mode Meyer, so it's still a few chests in there.
Yeah, it could have been on the right side of Meyer.
No, it can't be. It can't be because Quake.
Oh yes, that's right. So this is a good opportunity as our runners are making their way up through Ganon's Tower for the most part, or Aghanim's Tower, to remind you all to give these runners a follow. All of the runners in the league are really great, a link to the past players. They're all producing great content and streaming for our enjoyment, so thank them all by giving them a follow. And thank you, of course, for following Speed Gaming as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have a little bit other game here. How many blue balls are we gonna see from Aga 1? What do you think today? Cool. Papa Pep.
15. Gotta be 15.
Oh, that sounds evil. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 7.
7 is pretty evil too, to be fair.
Not as evil as 15. But yeah, the first one there, that one is guaranteed. 1 blue ball. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, I think even if you get 15, at least you know all of your competitors have to deal with the 15 as well, and then you have a good story to tell about that time that you got 15 blue balls in a race.
Yeah, in the tournament race as well. So far, Aga 1 is nice. And that was 1. Really?
1 is a lot like 15.
Okay, Shane Nerd, you're gonna have to go and buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, this is definitely the Chain Nerd's day.
But we are into the Ganon fight for thalane. You're gonna see the sprint strats.
Yeah, through that second phase, the worst part of it, so it should be smooth sailing from here on out for thalane.
Yep. And that was third phase. Time for the last phase. Ooh, barely missed that torch glitch. And can be able to get a double here. And there we have it. Thalane finishes off Ganon.
So there's our first runner done in under an hour and a half. Pretty good for an all dungeon seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Lin is through Aga 2. So we'll see how he deals with Aga 1, as Houston Baba is also heading up into the fight at the top of Ganon's Tower.
That was a very nice play from Thalane finishing up with a sub 130.
Ooh, Baba got a triple, I believe, on that first round of Aga 2 and just missed a triple on the second, but still a 3-cycle Aga 2, pretty nice.
Yeah, that's very nice as well. Yeah, we have seen that all of our runners have now completed Ganon's Tower, but right now Hitsuyan has such a big lead over both Linlinlin and Houston Baba. There we have
Yeah.
it. Aga 1 is down. Or Aga 2, depending on how you want to count it today.
Yeah, we'll say both Agas are down. That's safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely Hitsuyan's race to finish off right now. It would take, I think, several falls or deaths on Ganon for Team Awesome to lose this one. So I do not expect that to happen, as Hitsuyan gets through the first phase pretty quickly and will also execute these dash strats in phase 2. By the way, we see over on the lane screen, ooh, Hitsuyan does take a death in the Ganon fight, and does not have a fairy to bring him back. So that will give Houston Baba and Lin a chance to get back into this, as Hitsuyan does dive straight back into the fight.
The one good thing though was that his run has not gone too far into the fight yet, so was not 4 phase 3 arrow dead as we have seen before, or accidentally walking off the platform before the bridge spawn. Have you also seen a few times?
Yeah, and wasn't really down any magic either. It's not a huge concern with half magic, but that's the thing that can sometimes hurt you the most, having to jump back into the Ganon fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, though, we saw from Thalane's credit sequence that the lamp was, in fact, on the shovel spot, so...
that is irritating. Yeah, basically we had a fest quest seed.
Yeah, required bombos behind the mushroom, and then the lamp behind the dig spot. Double on that first round from Hitsu, almost a triple.
Only 1 hit away from his run. There you have it. Ganon is the pig has been slain.
So, GG to Hitsuyan at the lane, taking this race today. Houston Baba and Linlinlin are just behind in the Aga 1, which is the second Aga fight. Right behind, so they'll be just a couple of minutes behind on time.
If we look at the standings, then that means that Team Awesome has moved up to 21 points. They are right now tied with the old Swagger Jackson. But Team Awesome has not played the same amount of matches. They still have 1 match left this week, so they can easily continue that undefeated streak that they have going. And we are joined by, I think it's Hitsuyan. I can't really tell with that name there.
Yeah.
Okay then. Welcome Hitsuyan to the Discord call. GG.
GG's, guys.
Any thoughts on that seed?
Not really. Seed was really good, I think. The only thing that scared me was if I had probably went after the Fire Rod to Skullwoods and get my cane, I probably dipped Turtle Rock without the Ice Rod Paradox, and that went good for us, I think. My execution was not so good, I think, in this seed. Sorry for that, guys, but thalane carried this for me, I think.
Yeah, you two did very well, and you are still undefeated in the tournament. How does it feel?
It feels really good, and we hope that we continue that till the playoffs. Then we save 1 game, we have lesser to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot of troll potential in this seed. The Turtle Rock dip was the biggest issue. They definitely sort of intended that double dip to grab the grab the flippers and then head back out, but no one actually double dipped it today.
Yeah, and I heard the shovel had the lamp.
Yes, the lamp was hiding behind the shovel, but of course, we're not surprised to see all four of you finish without the lamp.
But yeah, we have seen now both Linlinlin and Hitsuyan Baba also finishing off. And we are joined by them as well. GG, guys.
GG.
GG. Hey, GG.
GG's.
So what do you think about the seed?
So when I found like KNTR like okay, we're in go mode, and then Baba told me like I don't know how to do Dark Aga. And that was those extra checks that I did in Ice and Swamp. But I just told him like I'm just gonna tell you where to fire with the fire rod, so you can actually lit the room, so it's gonna be easier for you. And he actually learned Dark Aga on the spot.
Ah, that's very, very nice. Congratulations, Baba.
Good job, Baba.
But yeah, we did learn where the lamp was from the credits, because no one picked it up.
Yeah, I just saw it in the chat.
I mean, you get basically go mode in TR, so there's no way you can actually get that. I don't know about you, but we got go mode in TR.
Yeah,
we did
like
too.
yeah, the seed was definitely funneling you to sort of clear everything you could until Turtle Rock, and then you needed Flippers and Quake to really get anything else. So both of you kind of got go mode in that same spot in the run.
So let's talk about the early game where like the plan was we both start in Sanctuary, and Baba does Holy Hand so he gets money to get bombs, and I go to CAC. And then we both found them. So,
Yeah.
so you have to readjust on the spot where like we were like just go activate it, check the south of CAC, and do the usual route after that. That's kinda, that flute kind of threw us. Like we had to adjust on the spot to what to do with that flute. You had to activate it as soon as possible because it's gonna make your movement so much faster.
Yeah, we actually heard a little bit of your comms coming through from the stream until we fixed it, and we basically just heard you yelling, "Oh, you have to activate the flute! You have to activate the flute!" right after you found that right away.
I forgot that for 15 minutes.
Oh.
Then I got my 300 rupees from race game and was fluting. Oh, I don't activate it. That one.
Yeah, we really adjusted on spot where Baba was basically checking the south of Kakariko without checking anything else, just activating the flute, doing some few checks. So he basically saves me time so I can go somewhere else after that. And he was going to CAC anyway, so...
Yeah, I did Eastern at the start. I'm not sure what Baba did after the Holy Hand.
I did South Shore and
South Shore and-
checks.
That was actually good for us when I...
Yeah, we found the bow and keg and I was in Eastern. Nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, okay, Baba, you do something else, I'm going to Eastern. Like, the few checks from South Tech as well saved me a lot of time. And yeah, actually got Baba some money to go to Zora as well.
Yeah, and you was not here. I said probably if one of us picked up the fire rod and then this guy do Skullwoods and get the cane, and after this he do Hera, he dip Turtle Rock without the ice rod, maybe. Because you are already on top of Hera and then you open Turtle Rock and then you go in probably.
That's the thing. I think it was a mistake, but that's kind of unlucky. So Baba was actually in Skullwoods checking the big key chest, and that's when I got the fire rod, and I just told Baba just leave. just leave because like you don't have the fire rod. I'm gonna be the one completing Skullwoods, and we didn't find the cane right away. I think that's more unlucky than more than anything, because like I would have gone, because I was the one to go to Death Mountain after that because I had the hook shot. I mean, I didn't have the hammer, so couldn't actually go into the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that up instantly after Thalane said here boots and hammer. Then I said okay, instant.
Yeah, but I wasn't Skullwoods. Don't matters a lot at this point. Checks. I have to go all the way down. Can't really leave that behind. I'm already in Skullwoods anyway. When he found the hammer and I already checked that mountain at this point. For whatever reason. Oh, maybe I would find my hammer here. That's what I was thinking about. Especially when you already have mids, so not that bad of a play, I think.
Probably wasn't bad. Yeah, it was still a very great play from both of you guys.
I mean, I'm not like forgetting. I don't know what happened. I'm probably gonna watch the VOD in Thiefstown, where like I threw the bomb. I'm sure about it because I had 9 bombs. I wasn't sure that I opened it, the ceiling I'm in. And I was like, oh, I have 9 bombs. I probably threw 1 to open the ceiling. I'm gonna be fine. And I wasn't. So I basically lost 2 minutes going back, opening the ceiling, getting blind again.
Yeah, that happened
That
to
was-
me once too.
That
It's
was
just
kind of bad.
As the explosion goes off, I went out of the room and it didn't blow it up.
So that's already 2 minutes. I did 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 on I got 2. That was bad. I actually know where I lost time. Most part, those few extra checks in ice and swamp to try and get the lamp for Baba. Yeah, that's probably most of it. When I was
Yeah, but it's still a close race, I think.
Yeah, it was very close. Especially when I'm against the lane. When I see that I get go mode in such a low time, I'm like, that's gonna be an execution one, and I'm definitely gonna lose that one against him. So yeah, and hits as well. Good players. Like it was like, no, that's not gonna be like it's co-op, so that. I thought one item was gonna troll us hard, but not even. Like, as long as you do your fetch quests really quick, like the mushroom.
We skipped
Wink,
Spike Cave. It's the
Yeah,
only thing I think.
Oh, we did. Oh, that's where. Oh, I remember where was the half magic, Baba.
Oh.
It was here.
It was in Sievers. Escape Sievers.
Oh
Side
yeah.
room.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot. Oh, it wasn't in our practice from earlier. Oh no, it wasn't the practice from earlier that we got half magic.
Yeah.
Mixing the stuff. Yeah, no, it was a race. Like when I was watching the restream after I was done, I was like, "There's not 2 minutes behind. There's less. I mean, there's more than 2 minutes between Hitsu and me. What happened to him?" And I saw you die on Ganon.
I was.
No, you died on Ganon.
Yeah, and that. And I think Thalane was in Turtle Rock, and I was fake flippering into ice. So I full cleared ice at this point.
Oh.
And I think he had the better dungeons left at the end to
I
clear
think the
it
only
a little
thing
bit
we-
faster, and he is faster too.
I think the only thing we really skipped was like Swamp Palace. That's it.
No,
And
we
Spike Cave.
actually skipped ice. I mean, half skipped because I checked the chests that were on my way. Got 2 items out of them. So.
We had the hint for the Maya Biki in ice.
That wasn't that bad. Honestly. Just fire locked. fine. There was another thing. It's like because of the dark rooms, Baba did forgot where it was Vicky.
Yeah.
Since you don't see it in the dark, he actually forgot what it was. We knew it was in the dark, but we didn't remember where it was exactly.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for putting up a very, very good show. Coming up later today on the Speed Gaming, we have at 8 p.m. the match between Fram, we do an interview, and Le French Canadians. It's gonna be Kurong 92, Raywick, Frame, and the Rather doing that match. So that's gonna be great. Later on tonight as well at 9 p.m. It is the daily race. It's expert mode today, so that's gonna be a very interesting one indeed. Thanks so much to our trackers today, who were Jelkin and the Math Girl. They did an amazing job to make sure so that we didn't look like complete fools. Thanks so much to cool Papa Bell for doing a commentary with me. My name is Angel, and we are signing out.